This is Happy, a character from the Tales of Happy the Cat. He was built entirely inside Makko AI's art studio, from a text description using a feature called Collections. No external tools, no artists on the team, no commissioned art. But here's the thing I want to focus on today. It is not the result that matters most, it is the process that produced it. Because most people who use AI to make game art are doing it in a way that will never produce something like this, no matter how good their prompts are. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how collections work, the philosophy behind it, why it was built the way it was, and then the full step-by-step workflow so you can start using it yourself. We're going to build Happy's entire world from scratch, and by the end, you will understand not just what to click, but why every step matters. Let's start with the idea. Most people who use AI to generate game art treat it like a chat conversation. You type a description, you get an image, and if you want something similar, you stay in the same chat and ask again. And that actually works, to a point. Most AI tools can carry context within a conversation, so your second image will often feel related to your first. But here's where that approach breaks down for game development specifically. That context only exists inside that one chat session. Start a new conversation, run out of context, and the AI has no idea what your game looks like. You are starting from zero, every time. And even within a single session, that context was never designed for game art. It does not know the difference between concept art and a game-ready sprite. It does not understand that your character needs to be consistent from the front, the side, and the back for animations to work. It cannot maintain a visual style across a character, a background, and a prop the way a real art pipeline needs it to. So what you end up with is pockets of consistency, a few assets that look related because you generated them in the same chat, surrounded by everything else that does not truly match, and a game that looks like it was assembled from different projects. Collections was built to solve exactly that. Not by being the first AI tool with memory, but by being the first one where that memory was purpose-built for game development. When most people open collections for the first time, they think, oh, this is just a folder system, a way to keep my assets organized by game. And yes, it is that, but it is not the most important thing it is. At its core, a collection is a persistent creative context for the AI, one that never expires, lives outside any single chat session, and is built exactly around what a game's art pipeline actually needs. When you generate an asset inside a collection, the AI is not just reading your text prompt, it is reading the prompt in the context of everything you have already built and saved inside that collection. Your concept art, your reference images, your previously generated assets, that context is always there. You can close Makko, come back in a week, and pick up exactly where you left off. The AI still knows what your game looks like. Think of it this way, imagine you are working with a human artist. The first day, you hand them a brief and they produce something. The second day, they come back, they remember what they made before, they know your characters, they understand your world. The work they produce on day 2 is informed by everything from day 1, and day 10, and day 50. That is what collection does for the AI. Persistent context, organized by game, built for the specific outputs game development actually requires. Now, let's actually build one. We're making the Tales of Happy the Cat. Click Create Collection. Either from the empty state or the button at the top, both do the same thing. A pop-up appears. All it needs is a name. The name of your game. That is literally all that is required to get started. We name it, create it, and land inside. This is the collection. 3 sections, 3 tabs to jump between them as things grow. Concept art at the top. This is where the AI learns what your game looks like. Game assets in the middle. Everything you generate inside this collection lives here, and sub-collections at the bottom. Organize groups by asset type, like characters, backgrounds, props, and UI. Right now, everything is empty. Let's change that. The concept art section is where you build the AI's understanding of your game's visual world. Think of it as a mood board that the AI actually reads. You have 3 ways to fill it. Generate directly in Makko, upload something you already have, a sketch, a photo, anything that shows what you are going for, or pull from your asset library if you have already built things in Makko before. For the Tales of Happy the Cat, we are generating from scratch, so we click Generate. For the text prompt, we want to be as descriptive as possible. For Happy I say, a white tabby cat with a bit of orange on his head and some orange on his tail. This cat is a bit chunky but has a super cute face. On the generation page, you can add a reference image before you even start. I have an actual photo of my cat, Happy, and I am going to upload it as inspiration. Not the final art, just as a guide of what the AI should be drawing from. Then, art style. I want the game to have a comic book feel. We choose comic. Then, preset. Since this is concept art, we choose the concept art preset. It pre-configures the format and output for what we need. If you're looking for something more specific or different, you can adjust these presets to match exactly what you're going for. One image, 1K resolution, and we generate. There he is. White tabby, orange on the head and tail, chunky build, cute face. This is our first concept image, but before we save it, let me show you something important. Hover over the image. Two options appear, save and iterate. Iterate is how you direct the AI without starting over. You describe exactly what needs to change about the specific image, nothing else. The AI applies only that change and leaves everything else alone. My cat's tail is actually white and orange, not fully orange, so I click iterate and type make the tail orange and white. That is it. The result comes back, orange and white tail. Use the arrow to compare the original and the iteration side by side. If you like what changed, you keep it. If not, you iterate again. When it looks right, you save it. And that image is now a save reference in this collection, which means every future generation inside this collection can use it. Generate, evaluate, iterate if needed. Save when it is right. You are the creative director, the AI is just executing. Now here's where it gets interesting. We are going to generate a second concept, bigotes. An orange tabby with a fluffy coat and some white stripes. Completely different cat, but before we generate, we select the first saved image as a reference. This is a critical step. By selecting that reference, you are telling the AI this new image needs to feel like it belongs in the same world as this one. Same visual language, same game. The result comes back. Bigotes, but his coat is not fluffy enough yet. We iterate, more fluff, white stripes, keep the white paws. The iteration comes back looking right, we save it. Now we have two reference images. One more. We generate an environment, a room full of cat towers, cat toys, and a couch with visible cat scratches. No cats, just the world. We select both save images as reference before generating. Look at that result. The art style matches, the color treatment is consistent. This room feels like it belongs to the same game as Happy and Bigotes. With the concept art built, we are ready to start generating actual game assets. This is where sub-collections come in, and here is what makes them powerful. Every sub-collection inherits the concept art from the parent collection. The context you built above flows down automatically. You do not have to rebuild it from scratch. Now we generate Happy as an actual game character, not concept art this time, a game-ready sprite. We select the three concept art images as reference. We enter the character description, and notice, the preset has automatically changed to character sprite. Makko knows we are making a character and sets the right defaults. We generate. That is Happy, a game-ready character, no background, and that is by design. Just a character in the right format, in the right style, consistent with everything we've built to get here. This is what it looks like when a collection does its job. When you save a character, Makko immediately prompts you to generate a reference sheet. A reference sheet is 3 views of the same character, front, side, and back. If you ever want to animate this character inside Makko, the reference sheet is what the AI uses to understand what the character looks like from every angle. It is not optional for characters that will be animated. We generate it. Front view matches the sprite we just created, side view, back view, all 3 consistent. We name the character Happy, and we save. Happy is now a permanent part of this collection. His character details page is where all future animations, sprite sheets, and manifests will live. But that is its own video. For now, Happy exists. He is in the world, and every piece of art we built, from the first concept image to the finished character, came from one consistent creative context. Collections is free to try inside of Makko's art studio. No art background required. The workflow we just walked through: create the collection, build the concept art, select your references, generate from inside that context. That is the right way to use this tool, not as a shortcut, as a system. If you have been generating AI art and are wondering why it never looks like it belongs together, now you know why. And now you know how to fix it. Go to Makko.ai and start building your collection today. And if this video helped you understand not just what to click, but how to actually think about AI game art, subscribe. We make these for developers who are trying to build something real.